Yeah, I think
the Poppy for Peel.
I think the Poppy, you can flex it a jungle. Very good against Kalista and Lee Sin. It's a great pick for Peanut. You put the Rel in the support role, which into a bard lane, you're completely fine with. You're not going to have any troubles there. And yeah, I think for me, Honor Life Esports have come out with a really good draft. I think T1 have definitely made some sharp adaptations with like the Annie into the Ahri, with the Bard coming out. But I think Honor Life Esports have gotten exactly what they wanted.
Feels pretty good, too, to R5 Poppy for Peanut. He's just sitting there the whole time. They're, like, banning away a bunch of junglers. He's like, yeah, I guess I'll just play one of my favorite champs in the entire game. Sure. Yes, we are ready to hop into the rift for game number 1. T1, 하나, 둘, 셋.
T1, fighting!
I'm Life Esports. 하나, 둘, 셋. Honor fighting!
That Poppy skin looks like an Annie.
Oh.
Look at it.
Yeah, it does.
What? He did that on purpose.
Just so you get them mixed up.
Yeah. Make my life a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Once it gets to team fights.
Imagine if you had to cast and you didn't have the health bars or the names. You just had to use the champions themselves. I think that would make it a little bit tricky.
Yeah. Imagine if the client was in a language you didn't understand and it was a game you had never played before. I've done that before.
That would seem like a hindrance.
Yeah. It's not easy. But it can make for some legendary casts. And
really ward XP the solo lane is there as well, and clear out that ward. Denying some information away from T1 and for a dive.
Well, I guess this was the whole setup, and T1 are not feeling good about this anymore. Delight is going to take a bunch of damage, but it doesn't matter. It's first blood over to the side of Viper, as they were thinking multiple steps ahead. Nicely done from Honor Life Esports.
Sometimes you see a team being a summoner, and it might be like, 3 minutes later, oh, they're down flash, you can do this. This was literally like 20 seconds later, instant capitalization. I love this setup.
Skuma going the lethal tempo and is maxing his E, so in terms of the poke war, should go pretty heavily in favor of Viper and Delight. They'll have a much easier time of this bottom lane.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we saw them just get away with the magical portal, but any opportunity where you kind of get the CC laid on you, this Varus has so much burst. So capable of just one-shotting someone. Honestly, even better than the Kalista, because the Kalista actually has to stack up spears. And they really don't. Oh.
Just do some burst. Zeka is going to be forced to Spirit Rush. Honor did use his Q, but no level 6 for him, and that's be the end of that. He does walk into stun range again, but he does have another charge of Essence as Faker thinking about it.
Yeah.
Flash Q, but no.
Thinking Flash Q auto, did he have it? He was calculating, running the numbers, run the 7 million outcomes in his head and decided against it.
So Owner maybe spotted getting in here. Either way, they knew that it was available and spotted doing the enemy. Here comes Zeka. He does not have Spirit Rush, but he was there, and now he's not. And he's running away, and the timing for him, very unfortunate. Not going to see Keria, who's on a gank to try to get on top of Doran here, who might be forced to flash away, as the flash comes in from Zeus and does force it out. Doran will have to get away. Keria just with the cheeky gank on the top side. Yeah.
But now he has his Poppy just being a human ward.
Peanut was setting up for that. And he's going to hit it. As let's see the damage into Owner. He's in a bit of trouble, can't dash away. Steadfast Presence does go down as flash on in from Peanut, and he is going to pick it up. The kick comes out late, and Peanut just very casually picks up a kill. And now Zeka coming on in. Zeus in a bit of trouble. Faker's making his way over. The Charm is down, but Faker not really able to help out too much in this. And now Zeus just left all alone. Zeka gonna pick up that kill, and Honor Life Esports with some big wins here in the early game. Now they're going for a bit more, as Guma doesn't have cleanse once again. Is forced to flash away, and the Q, it's going to land. And it's barely not enough damage.
So close. Oh man, he doesn't actually have smite, but they're looking for him.
Ooh, he's not gonna get knocked into the wall, but it's still a good angle for the Charm. And Peanut just steals that one away with his ult, might as well.
Man, this R5 Poppy getting all the value in this situation.
Yep.
Of Zeka and the power of this Ahri. Oh, Doran might be in trouble.
Yeah, Doran does not have his flash, so he's going to get sent up against the wall, and they should be able to set this one up pretty easily. Not much recourse for him, as he'll do a bit of damage. But look at this once again. Now it's Guma, who's on the Krugs, just going to get isolated by himself.
Yeah, I think Doran pretty okay with that trade.
Sure.
Guma I mean, this is the thing, like, I respect Carrier going for that play. I think going proactively and getting the pick on Doran, definitely nice, but Life Esports, no hesitation in punishing on the other side of the map and getting a ton of value for it. Now, they are going to look for the return. There is a TP on Doran, and he might regret going for... Oh, he's going to immediately regret that.
Yeah.
He wishes he could cancel.
The timing, very unfortunate, and he's dead. Not much you can do, except not TP in this case, and just identify, hey, well, I got a kill on the bottom side of the map. It's a free lane for Viper. Maybe I should just walk this one.
Yeah, not doing so great in the weak siding this game. I feel like people just kind of dying when the teams are focusing, but credit also...
Times today, it feels like. As Bear comes down, Zeka in a bit of trouble and just gets flash incinerated, and he's dead.
Just got absolutely bopped there by Faker. And, you know, Zeka's been moving out a fair bit, and Faker's kind of just been holding strong, picking up a lot of farm, got a pretty substantial chess lead. It feels like Life Esports overall definitely have the edge.
Oh, yeah.
But we saw some cross-mapping going, but this mid-matchup, you know, Faker has a 2-level lead on Zeka. Go in and look to clean up. Like, Zeka with a bit of engage from Delight, Peanut there as well. Like, you just land the poke, and then you have the ability to kind of chase up and clean up the kills, get the momentum going. If the targets are low health before the fight, that just makes RE resets even more likely to come through.
Duran goes back, picks up his first item here. Yeah, bit of an angle here, as Owner might be caught in the crossfire. We do have teleports available, and that is going to be dodged this time from Guma. Also has cleanse, but the damage is already coming out here. The teleport is channeled by the both of them as they are trying to get on top of Viper, but the peeling is coming away. He's just sprinting away as far as he possibly can, and there's the peel, but Owner gets in, as he is going to take out the lethality virus, and now Delight's in a bit of trouble. Double stun comes in from the side of Carrier, and T1 are turning this fight around immediately. Down will go Doran, and one by one the dominoes fall. Peanuts should be able to keep themselves alive, but that's 3 kills for T1.
He was so overextended, there was no way he was getting out.
And yeah, I mean, at that point, you know, Guma's low, Zeus is low, but it doesn't matter because they already did the damage. They got the job done, and it's a 5v2 at the end of it all.
Not because I thought he was gonna die. I knew the Callisto was there.
Yeah.
And I assume Life Esports did. Just feeling they were...
Ward actually didn't get this ward, so he has to scan the bear.
Owner's on your team.
Zoning bear. Zoning them away.
You know,
it's just a total waste.
Sacrifice the Tibbers. Yeah, big cooldown unavailable now.
Yeah. Magical journey over the wall.
Hanwha, you could just go for the mid-tier 1. You don't have to fight this. It is just a Chemtech Dragon. So Zeka's going to take mid-tier 1. And actually, T1 have backed away, taking some heavy poke here.
Yeah.
And this seems like the best scenario for Life Esports. I mean, look at the damage. It's literally just the poke. The Jace and the Varus doing everything. They don't even have to fight. They poke them off, they get mid-tier 1, and they get the Dragon. Big win for Life Esports.
It's just one of the basic rules of League of Legends is if the poke comp is sitting there in a passive positioning, poking you, and you're doing nothing, you will lose. You will fall behind, unless you eventually get some kind of engage, but you're going to lose those health bars as long as the poke can land. And that it did for the side of Life Esports. T1 elected to not fight over the Chemtech Drake.
Well, not the highest priority, but definitely not something you want to give out for free. And with Baron now up and available, a one-team fight here could mean so much more. Life Esports will get mid-prio and have firm control over the river. So my question is, how are T1 going to approach this?
I mean, can they? Like, they got to do something, but they're not even getting in the river. Unfortunate angle on the Q there. But yeah, this is just gone. As Carrier's just going to face tank and Fate's call out. And that's Chemtech Soul.
Yep.
And now, you're really not killing Poppy. And you're probably not killing Delight either.
Yeah, when Poppy gets low, she will just kind of go in mortal mode. But still, not the most impactful soul. We've said this enough times, but I think Life Esports definitely upset that they kind of rolled low on the...
Ever since, like, that one fight. As maybe this is an angle. Doran a bit out of position. The Q is going to miss, as is that one. But maybe just brute force will get the job done, and that it will. That's a kill for Zeus.
And ends up getting taken down. Not sure they'll be able to... Oh, Carrier.
Oh. Well, you can take another try, I guess. Or you might just get CC'd 100-0. So
yeah, no Fate's call that time around.
It's the end of that. And now Faker, he's not looking to good in this spot. As 4v1, Homolife Esports get 2 picks, and now they're going to start up the Baron.
And I think that's just Baron gone, because you have Doran to TP in if you need, but, you know, Ona's so far away. Uma and Zeus are just pushing towers. I'm not sure. They look like they might be coming over to contest, but it's difficult odds. If Homolife Esports really want, they could just TP in Doran.
And they don't have control of the banana brush.
Oh my lord.
Most important thing.
How can they handle this?
Especially while Ox is casting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's just no entry. And unfortunately for T1, sitting around and doing nothing isn't exactly going to work eventually. Like, there's no time where it's like, oh boy, Annie hit 30 minutes. Like, now she's going to take over the game. Like, Aatrox is a bit of a...
Oh, you grounded me? I can just go through again, and then he just doesn't get to move, like, 15 seconds.
Yeah.
And yeah. Oh,
and
like,
now Keria is dead. Fate Skull. Just kidding. Owner also getting in there. Now we have a flank from Zeus. This is a very nice flank. He's going to force the flash out of Viper, but the follow-up from Delight might be enough as the double knockup comes in. They don't quite take out Zeus, though. And now Viper is all alone. He does have Doran coming on in, and Zeus is just going 1v5 on the top side, but he eventually does get taken out, as you would imagine. Even Aatrox, not OP enough to win that one. Homolife Esports, a bit shaky, but still a very favorable trade for them.
Yeah, Delight and Peanut just bounce housing both Owner and Zeus there. There was just nothing they could actually do. Just really, they found a good angle, but you saw Viper flash away and then Ghostblade and just run as fast as he can. Faker try to catch him out, but the peel came in, and then he even on the back end snipes Carrier. So that looked like, yeah, not a ton of damage, just enough. Send a message. And with Elder in 45 seconds, I think the problem really now is that moment there where Ona walked up to that brush, that's the closest I've seen anyone on T1 get to the dragon in the last couple of minutes.
It's been a struggle. Keria took the shortest magical journey of all time over that tiny ward. Zeus, he's hiding on bush. They don't know he's here. And, well, he's going to get that Banshee Veil out. Zeka is going to run away from this one.
Yeah, he's like waiting for someone to come by, and it's like, not Peanut. Anyone but Peanut. Really not the Poppy. And then Zeka comes over, he's like, okay, I'll hit that a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, I thought maybe Ono was going to get up to that brush, but no, apparently not.
It's just not happening, and they know the angle of attack too, which makes the poke even more deadly. Because it's so easy to hit when they're all just running at you on the same angle, you know? And Homolife Esports, again, chokehold on this one. They're going to get the charm on Zeus once again. The CC Castle comes in. Zeus is going to get sealed fate and tries to go over the wall, but immediately denied by Peanut the Poppy. Once again, more value is flash on in. That should be the end of this one. Keria going to get wiped up as well. The charm before the disengaged cone as well to not get Faker out. And it won't be an ace, but it is going to be a very clean victory to the side of Homolife Esports. They've got away in the bottom lane, and they will look to end.
Yeah, just a great setup. You know, they cleared out all the vision. They forced T1 to come into them, landed the poke, got the engage onto the Aatrox, and cleaned up from there. I feel like this has been such a good game for Homolife Esports, and people questioned...
Oh, boy.
Didn't question that. People questioned, you know, can Homolife Esports challenge T1? Is the gap between 2 and 3 that big? And the answer is no.
At the moment, certainly not, since Homolife Esports is going to take a very dominant win in game number 1 and move ahead in this best of 3. Peanut, he's like, R5 Poppy into this? Sure.
Rakan.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you're not really going to suffer in lane, if you know you have a lane where you're fine playing it, a lot of LCK supports like, just pick the Rakan. It's good. It's good and engaging. Very reliable. And they will lock that one in, so I don't think there's nearly as much of a clear advantage as it was in the previous game, but I still think Homolife Esports are very, very happy with what they got. Very strong mid-jungle, they got the Varus, which Viper's been fantastic on, and then the Rakan and the K'Sante just supporting pieces, but T1...
T1, oh no, who is that? T1 fighting! Yeah! Homolife Esports, oh no, do it! On my fighting!
And it is going to be the Halo Blades, Callista, so Imagining Lethality, which I think is a great call. I think in this lane matchup, you know, despite what I said, like, oh, you can pick Rakan if the lane's not too much of a struggle, should still be on Guma and Keria to have the advantage in lane. They're going to be able to achieve prio, and if you land, like, the root from the Nico, and then you chain autos and the Q together, get the rend, and you can do a lot of damage. And to be honest, the lethality is just so broken right now. The numbers you can get full build, you can have like 30% armor pen, like 90 lethality. Unless you're like a hyper tank, like a Cassante, you basically have no armor. And even the Cassante still actually takes a fair amount of damage from lethality. It's no longer like lethality was always like, you know what, it just falls off super hard. It's kind of bonkers. And to be honest, you can just hit people on Cassante. Just launch a Q at them from a while away, press rend, boom. Job's done.
Boom, boom damage.
That's what we're looking for.
And he'll be looking to match that poke from Viper. Zeus, oh, that feels bad. 13 and 1.
Ruin.
The one loss. Unlucky.
Yeah, and Zeka 4-0 on the arc. This one's a bit more subtle because he at least went in the brush first.
Oh, he gets the root, and Delight's in a little bit of trouble. He's going to have to flash. And very early on, getting Delight's flash is going to feel very good.
Yeah. And Peanut, you don't have to support your lanes. So, good luck.
I see Owners just trying to escort him out. And not going to go for the flip. Just wants to go for the trade in the 1v1. And Peanut's just kind of waiting. He's got a nice ward in that brush. That should help him out just a bit. Bot lane still being pushed in, and now Faker is going to roam on over, and Peanut started his wolves, so...
Yeah, and if you look
this one away.
across the map, T1 have triple lane prio so far. Just gives so much freedom to Owner, and Owner definitely had a rough game one. Goes without saying, but also wasn't put in the best situation. Playing Lee in that game,
Okay.
not, you know, if he had more mana, that could have been a different story.
Well, that's one way to do it. He is so far under the turret now, and he's getting flashed on even, but he's very fast, so I don't think he's gonna stick
Yeah,
around.
that play would have been sick if that was Doran's turret.
Yeah.
Kind of
Going
just
the wrong way.
escorted Zeus to safety and went, here you go. But it does end up being a trade of summons, trade of ults, and Doran's Ghost is lower cooldown, so overall, he's the beneficiary of that play. Oh, Delight.
Nice dodge there. Has his flash back up. Peanut just getting some trading damage in. Carry's pretty low at this point, but so is Delight. He's not going to land the Q either. As Peanut thinking about a steal, but that's 1v4, and I think he's just going to have to get this one up. And that he will. T1 big commitment to that first Drake, and they get an Inferno.
Yep, so nice little early payoff. Last summer, and Canyon was just like spamming it.
Yeah.
And he'd like, just so obnoxiously so that it was just permanently like, there was just like an emoting whoever. I think it was Leona who was copying one game, and he was just spamming them non-stop. Oh, Peanut.
Hey, it's 4 gold.
Yeah, you paid off.
Nice. That is Owner's blue buff, it turns out. Wasn't 100% sure, but now we know, as he has secured it both times.
You know, not as much action this game, especially considering we had like the early dive in the previous one. Both teams are kind of eyeing each other up, but not really finding too big of windows. I don't imagine they're going to go for a dive here.
Yeah. Maybe if Faker decides to make a move on his Talia or something, then he can commit, but...
Look, he's right there.
Yeah. Maybe they think that. Maybe they're getting real scared about it.
That's the fake Faker.
Oh no, not the fake Faker denied of his back.
Yeah.
It's Fakeria.
Fake carrier, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
That works.
That is what it.
And that's the only player. That's the only player it works with.
Yeah. On the whole rift.
Yeah. Nice. Getting the hard hitting analysis here. You know.
Yeah.
Down to naming conventions in this one.
Nothing else is happening.
Yeah,
Let's take a look at who has the most gold. It's.
You know, I was looking through it. I didn't get time.
I think it was Zeka.
Probably is highest, yes. Peanut is here.
Doran gonna pull him back to late. Also here, Zeus in a lot of trouble. He's got some help on the way, but flashed on with the charm and just no Qs available. First blood goes over to Peanut once again. And yeah, the rest of them just a little bit too late on the rotation.
Yeah, a lot committed there. You can kind of see the light was in a rush to make the play happen before they got collapsed on, but ended up missing his W there onto Zeus, so had to burn the flash. But I'm going to say it, if that Q hit from Guma, we could have been seeing like a solo kill, potentially. He is doing ridiculous damage right now. Yeah, I mean, I think you take that if you're Peanut. Been in the summoner without committing too much. Obviously, worse than that is if you flash and Faker flashes and then you're just trading. But Peanut pretty far behind it.
Ooh. And now Zay's got a flash and he's getting TP'd behind. I don't think he even realized, but now he's trying to trade here on a door and he's so dead. Charm
nice now.
Rings true. And again, this time Doran's actually being played around a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, he's got good setup on the Aatrox, and that's 2 times in a row Zayas has been taken down. T1 will move towards this dragon. Faker's going to TP in as well, and I think with the fact that Ari's being the ult, I don't see Honolife Esports contesting this.
Yeah. We'll have to see what the soul is at the end of this, but Doran is going to pick up 2 plates solo.
Yeah, 2 plates and a kill, pretty decent reward, and it is a mountain soul, so very high value.
Yeah, pretty good setup for...
You want to just start up immediately. Everyone with Doran is here, but Doran does have TP.
Yeah, he's ready if they do need him. And this is feeling like old times, just flipping for the Rift Herald, and he's dead. Peanut just gets 100 comboed from there. Guma nearly dies as well to the poke from Viper. And now he's kind of out of the fight, as now this front line is just being chipped away at. Owner is going to get that Crescent Guard, though, and a big Nico ult from the bush, but he's only a support Nico. Carrier is eventually going to go down. So it was some nice CC, but that was about it. Doran now in the front line, though, is kind of alone against the wall and the rest of T1, and that will be a favorable trade for T1. They might be able to pick up this Rift Herald, although...
Yeah, I don't think that...
you know, you might think he's not, and that would make sense, but... They do eventually take him down.
Yeah, today are pretty good in a Dixante altogether. Just the Unraveled Earth having a ton of value, and Guma now has opportunity finish, so 2 items in this Clister, and the Lethality Clister just spikes so hard early.
Just zoning away Zeus, I guess. Peanut, not even... I mean, he went on to that so early, it's not even like he was trying to bait him under the turret or anything. Just trying to zone him away. Give some extra time for Doran with this turret.
Yeah, they are the...
Yeah, already bit of damage. Decent amount of sticks in the Dragon, but actually, and now they're gone.
Viper's just firing piercing arrows from this brush out of vision. So hard to deal with him in this situation.
All right, we have a wall. Doran up against that said wall, just running around, reloading, getting ready. They're the chains, but that is a Xin Zhao. Now Peanut desperate to try to get into the pit as the Q comes in and he spikes early. It's not going to work. T1 take down the Dragon, and that is a win for them. They've also got this Rift Herald in mid to try to get a push. I don't know, just use it to tank it up. Meanwhile,
yeah, not really that much value from it ultimately. I think they could have just rode it in. The knockback from the Herald when you bounce out of it is so long. I think you're probably okay, but they are conscious
of the tier 1 to just be a bit of a turret of his own. Now Zeus, he's got some help from Faker, but we have lots of rotations coming down to the bottom lane, actually.
Oh, no.
Doran up against a wall and the rest of T1. He's going to get a double knock-up in, and it all out now on a Faker. He's got Rakan nearby. Delight, a rare miss, actually, on that knock-up, but it might still be enough as Doran is going to take him out. Meanwhile, in the jungle, a big fight going on here as well. Peanut going to be taken out, and Doran eventually will go down, so now T1 charging up the bottom lane as Viper not able to do enough.
I think last time we didn't see them use a lot of their engage tools. The poke maybe came down a little bit too late, like they got some late poke on it, Owner. I really need to see them start putting down the damage early on. Particularly, like, that's the thing is that, yes, Guma can do a ton of damage with his lethality build, but his range is nowhere near Viper's. And you're not going to be able to just consistently fire off long-range arrows to chunk people out, so I want to see Viper get value out of that. He doesn't have the mana immunity yet, but does have the fully stacked here.
Okay.
2 big ults traded. I would probably say the Ari ult more important, though, for the fight.
Yeah. You know, if this were a mid-Nico, maybe could say differently, but At this point in time, Zeus in the top side, we do have the Chains of Corruption onto Owner just to delay his impact on the streak, and they're just going to turn around. Carry is almost dead. It's now HLE Esports. They just want to take the fight here. They don't even care about that Drake, but now the rest of T1 are coming in, and Zeka, he doesn't have an ulti, he doesn't have a flash, and he will go down. FAKER in a lot of trouble, though. He's going to be taking out some low health bars as well, as here comes Doran, going to pull in Owner and keep him around the Crescent Guard. It's not going to help against the Cassante, who is assassinating this team. Zeus trying to go for the 1v4. That is not going to work out as the rest of your team is dead.
Doran playing that fight so well, managing to get that double knock-up at the end. You know, I feel like T1 lucky to get away with two members with Goom and Carrier still alive. Zeus was pretty healthy, but that bot lane easily could have gone down there. And regardless, HLE Esports deny the soul, but also showing they still have a lot of fight left in this game for the Baron.
Everybody is way overexcited right now, okay?
Yeah.
Like
I actually think this is scary for HLE Esports because Guma's making his way over. They don't have Viper or Delight ult. Those are big cooldowns not to have.
Yeah,
and this is
not from the top lane.
This is not a fast Baron.
Yeah, it's a slow Baron, in fact, as now the wall is going to come in. They are going to try to turn this one around. Stun from the rocks. Bit of damage into Owner, who will struggle a bit into the poke before he uses that ult. As here comes Carry, gets the double knock-up and the root down onto Zeka. He will go. And look at this. Doran also isolated. HLE Esports, they wanted this fight. They asked for it, and T1 said, hell yeah, we'll go for it. As into that backline goes Owner. Viper is going to go down, and Delight will meet a similar fate. That's a very broken up one. This time around started by Carrier. It's looking good for the side of T1 as Peanut still on the run, but...
Yeah, I think he's going to keep running. I don't think he has a chance of getting back in this Baron pit, and a great fight from T1, a great angle to punish. I really think the lack of the ult from the Varus and the Rakan makes such a big difference in HLE Esports team fighting power.
Trying to make a fight here is HLE Esports on the Mountain Soul, but you're losing turrets, you're losing control of the map very quickly.
T1 don't need this dragon. You know, obviously, HLE Esports long way away from Soul. Oh, this.
Yeah, he's going to catch out Zeus, and this time the chains get huge value as he even flashes at the end. I know Aatrox is strong, but yeah, he was pretty dead at that point in time.
Yeah, a lot more value. Varus ulting the Aatrox instead of the Xin Zhao. Looking like a good angle for HLE Esports.
Yeah, helps that he got caught out, and now Doran is taking a bunch of damage, actually. Look at the poke coming out as now Charm comes out, but Doran immediately dies! And Peanut's super low as well. The damage from the side of T1 is just huge, and that will be Mountain Soul to T1.
Yeah, damage is getting laid down, and it feels like HLE Esports frontline just got overconfident with the situation, more focused on the dragon instead of the fight. The damage comes in, the cleanup is there, and T1 managed to pick up the Mountain Soul.
Well, I guess they might get area.
Interrupted.
Yeah, very unfortunate timing. I think he might actually get away now.
I see. He changes to Talia, so it's Faker who dies, not him. That's how it works, right?
And they got fooled by the
Wait, he's away!
as well, and now Owner is coming on over. And Faker's here as well. Faker is pumping so much damage. I mean, look at his build. It's just damage. Like, it's kind of insane. As now, a very broken up fight. Zeka trying to do something onto the support, but Carrier is
still
so
alive.
free, and he will survive. Delight will not.
That's such a tilter, honestly. Yeah, Carrier managing to get away from that situation. Seemed like it was kind of a certain death for him, but manages to bait them out, drag them away from the fight, and now T1, they can just kind of look to take these inhibitors.
It's kind of like walking in the front door and nobody's home. They're like, huh, well, I guess I'll make myself comfortable on the couch.
Yeah.
Nobody's here. And that's 2 free inhibitors. Is there? I don't know if you're getting away from this one, Peanut. Nice kick, but Carrier has something to say about that. And that'll be the end of him. Just caught out in the jungle. Thought he could leave his base.
Yeah, and there's no time pressure on T1 here. They can just wait for the super minions to push in. And HLE Esports, this tower's already so low. They're dropping the wall.
Yeah, they're just diving into the turret. The wall comes down. He does get bounced on over, funnily enough. And Doran is quite tanky. Yeah, but they're just hitting the inhibitor at this point in time as Zeus. It's going to go down. They do take out the Aatrox, but it's 3 inhibitors down.
Yeah, very hard to get back from this position. Oh,
Okay.
You hit.
Uh-oh, yeah, he's, oh God, he's just dead immediately. Down will go the next turrets. Looks like T1 has finally broken into the base. That's another pick-off onto Zeka this time. And down will go the Nexus. We have a series on our hands as T1 will tie it up and bring us to a game number 3.
Yeah, really strong performance, honestly. There was definitely some moments where I felt like maybe, but I think maybe Zeri a little bit safer playing against things like the Maokai. You can obviously just ult you when you're bot lane.
Yeah, I think Zeri is much more meta nowadays as well. And you take the Nautilus that says, okay, well, you're not allowed to pick Zeri, and then that allows them the option to pick it themselves. And they do take it here. But pretty interesting. Definitely a very scrappy composition from the side of T1, whereas a bit more control on the side of Humalife Esports. A lot of control with Alistair, Talia, and Maokai for zone. And then you have like a nice amount of poke with Talia for game number 3.
Humalife Esports! Doors that! Fighting! Yeah.
T1! Doors it!
T1 fighting!
All right. Game 3. I feel like we don't get a lot of game 3s nowadays.
It's been a lot of 2-0s, but if there was going to be a series that's going to go to 3, this was going to be it.
Yeah.
And, you know, as we kind of hit on at the start of the series, a lot of implications for this. If T1 win, then Gen.G and T1 are secured in round 2. They get the double elimination, the safety net.
Yeah.
But also, I just feel like even if T1 end up winning this, Humalife Esports drawing blood, they didn't manage to do so in the last series up against them. I think everyone was looking at Humalife as being the team to challenge the top 2, and the possibility to deny is just another T1 Gen.G finals, which most people would say is a very safe bet.
We're probably at like, ooh, nope.
Uh-oh.
Zeka just not in range. Peanut just gonna dab on the haters.
Yep.
And that, I don't think I've ever seen that emote from Zeka. What was that?
Oh, I didn't actually catch it. I was looking at the runes. Triple phase rush topside from Humalife Esports. And Fierce Dragon is Cloud. 40. I don't know. We'd have to check. But regardless
like
of whether...
a 21-minute-er, but...
Regardless of whether he was the fastest, he's very fast.
True. Here's Lee Sin. The slow comes in, and the flash charm does land on Zeka. Do they have the damage, though? The orb comes in, and Owner! Oh, he's going to get first-blooded, as they will pick up the kill at least. But Zeka will be pretty happy about that.
This feels like deja vu. Chovy did the exact same thing as Zeka did there, getting engaged on early by the Ahri as the Talia, knocking the Lee Sin into the tower. We saw this in also a little bit unfortunate there. Oh.
Nice hook on a Viper. He's going to be in a bit of trouble. Has to cleanse.
Now, this is my favorite part about a lot of how you play Alistair's matchups, where you're playing more defensively, is when the support engages onto your AD carry, you just headbutt Zeri away.
He doesn't have many cooldowns now. He is going to get the pulverize once again, but now he's down a flash, and the chasing potential of Lee Sin and Zeri will eventually catch up to him. So good in the 2v2, but eventually with Owner there, it's going to be too much.
Yep, kind of seeing the payoff of that first initial trade, being in the cooldowns of Delight. If he had everything available, if he had the headbutt, maybe he could have gotten out of that one, but just able to pin him down. And a kill for Zeri, very valuable for T1.
Start. At least Viper is still alive and he can stay stacking, so he doesn't really have to lose too much.
That's all he cares about. Oh, my support died?
Pretty much, yeah.
Can I stack? Yeah, cool. I'm good.
Actually, yeah. The cow is just just there to keep you company, essentially.
Specifically Delight. I think you may be dead, buddy.
Well, he's got flash. He just likes to just go down. And with 4 people in the top lane, I think he'll be okay with that, but
yeah,
still going to be a nice win for Humalife Esports.
The right call to save the flash, and you know, this is honestly actually dangerous positioning. Surely Goran doesn't just die to Carrier. Now they've definitely seen him, and Carrier's also seen the control ward, and I think he's dead.
Well, I mean, he is going to... Yeah, no, he's nice little dive. They see Carrier. Immediately they say, hey, let's just dive the Zeri, who's alone.
Yeah, 2 point-and-click CCs. More than enough. And it's actually a ghost from Guma, so I mean, I don't think there's anything you can do. It's not even like you can cleanse the Maokai route.
In the right place. I'm clearing this wave. This is all I need to do. I need to get the max stacks on this one.
Yeah, you need that Nasus mindset, you know.
Yeah, or Vhagar. You know, I've seen Faker do the same thing on Vhagar where he's like just sitting there tanking 6 minions because he only wants to kill them with his Q.
Yeah. Obviously, it gets a lot easier later when you can just queue a wave as the Smolder and just kill like 7 minions at once.
And obviously, you can waste a lot of time doing that, but especially in Smolder's case, it feels worth because you want to hit 125 as fast as possible.
I don't think you can 2-man dive that.
Nope.
But again, Delight setting up vision on the top side. I do like to see it. When I tell his mom, you know that for a fact.
That's like how every 80 carry sounds. So it's like the sounds we just made. Oh, come on. All right, Zeka, he's getting in there. We got a one-on-one Faker with one more essence and a ton of damage into Zeka, who will just run away.
T1 going to do the grubs on the top side, and Zeka just going to TP back in to catch that. Obviously burned by Faker, but getting a TP out of Zeka, I think pretty worth. Especially once you post Malignance, your ult, like look at that ult cooldown taken away, you know? It's going pretty fast.
It's pretty fast. I can see it.
Cheeky.
Got him!
The mental victory is there.
And we're just setting up for a Rift Herald fight, okay?
Ult just came up.
And we're just gonna go for the flash forward from Carrier. Doesn't get much of anything as it's gonna go to Faker, actually. Peanut in the pit. He is living for so long, and he gets over the wall as well. Nearly gets another passive in there, but it's still going to be a nice little 1-for-2 trade in favor of Hololive Esports, but T1 did get the Herald.
T1 was kind of just lucky to get away without dying.
Uh-oh. He's walking.
Yep, he's checking every brush. He's not walking up. He suspects. Could Delight be here again for the 17th time?
He is.
Suspicious.
And it's not only Delight, it's also Zeka.
Yeah.
Just hanging out in the bush.
Especially when you have a Smolder.
Yeah.
So I think
that max
precarious,
burn,
but not completely doomed. And it looks like they're setting up the fight, but see if they fully opt into it.
See some poke already coming down here from Doran and Viper. You gotta be careful not to stay right behind the Drake, or it will bounce onto you. And the Maokai ult's here, going to kind of corral them as here comes Moom to help out as well. Carrier's getting so low, and the steal comes in from Owner. But now with Carrier down, it looks like Hololive Esports do want to capitalize as much as possible. Let's see what they can do here as T1 are moving in towards the mid lane.
Just out of the base. But I guess aggro is there.
Oh.
Viper's chasing.
You see that ward? Stop them in their tracks. Not going to matter. And they're just going to go away.
Yeah, so important factor here. I think that mid-tier 1 tar might just be gone.
Still gone. Mom couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, unfortunately on that one. But T1 using that pressure well, rotating up to the top side, and taking out this tower as well. Especially valuable when they do want to be setting up for Baron, but that's a TP and a wall.
All right, nice charm off the wall. Faker experienced some of those himself. He has done it well, as now kick comes in, and they just don't really want to take part of this, but the Maokai ultimate is going to keep them around and make this very awkward for T1. That's some really low health bars. The flash on him from Peanut. He assassinates Faker, and now Carrier just trying to frontline, just trying to make some space for the rest of his team, but Zayu's TPing in as well. He's on the run. He's not going to do anything by himself, and Hololive Esports might look at this Baron.
Yeah, I mean, it's just spawned. You have an Alistar. If you get control of the area, you can easily deny Owner from getting into the pit. Now, they have wards set up.
You have to be careful for Doran to not lose his life to the Baron.
Yeah, Peanut is also low, and there's a Storm, and I got the Aatrox.
Oh, they're just trying to turn at this point. Not sure, actually. And now Zeri's getting an angle. The kill lands on a Peanut. Owner, he threats the needle, and he's going to take him down. As now, oh, God, where did he go? Guma just plucked out of the air, and that's going to be the end of him. Owner super low as well, as now we got TPs coming in, though. Faker looking for the cleanup. But Viper's just going to flap over the wall, and again, it's very early, so it's not like Faker and Carrier can do this Baron, but Faker would like as many kills as possible, as the charm is very pretty, and he will pick up yet another one.
So many cinders all over the floor is my takeaway from that fight.
And the Sonic rings!
Yeah.
They both start with Zeh.
Too many Zeh.
Yeah.
Oh, Faker?
Oh, the charm gonna miss. Peanut with the dodge south. You don't
I love
see
how
that
he missed it. and still did half his health.
Yeah.
Not
I
much
mean,
magic resist.
He did Malignant him very hard.
Oh,
You don't have to aim that.
5 stacks. 5 stacks to go for Viper.
Oh, I'm surprised he doesn't have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 220 is not 225.
Maybe an ult could get them.
They're just going to give it up, though, looks like. We got a wall coming in as well. Owner, I mean, they're throwing everything at him just to make sure.
Okay, I think you will definitely have it in time for the next dragon fight.
Yeah.
I think I can safely
Probably.
make that statement.
We don't want to jump to conclusions.
Yeah, don't want to make too outlandish a statement that I can't stand behind. But yeah, so dragon picked up. Gold lead's still close, but I think HLE Esports still pretty happy with where the game is.
They want to
right
do
now.
Baron. I mean, Peanut's ult is down. We got Zeka ult down. They used a lot to try to get that. But now we got a Smolder on 225.
This
and a
is dangerous.
chance. Yeah, this is very dangerous, actually. I think T1 are going to pull off of it. They go for the turn, and you see the health is beginning to burn.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely T1 trying to start it, trying to bait a fight. Good disengage coming out from HLE Esports.
Delight. Oh, he wanted that.
Definitely did.
It is Zeri, but...
And you can definitely feel T1 knows the time has been put on.
Oh, no. He's just dead. Okay. Well, Charm comes in, and now the Wombo coming in. Look at that knockback from Zeka, Carry, and Kuma. Nearly both die instantly. It was looking okay, actually, with the Zeus damage, but man, he was outdone by the Talia this time around.
And I'm just going to say, I've been pretty critical. A lot of people have been of Zeka outside of his signature picks. Outside of his Akali, his Yone, the Tristana, the Ahri. He's had a phenomenal Talia game so far with some great knockbacks.
Oh, yeah.
They are looking for this Baron. It's going down quickly, but TP's coming in.
Well, you don't have a smite, so very doubtful that they do take it away, but let's see if they can get any cleanup as
He doesn't have
Faker...
his yet.
Yeah, he just doesn't have smite! Oh, God! As Faker gonna get rooted up and, scolded by Mom a little bit, but that's
Push
about
it in here, but Faker, Owner, and Carry are really threatening on this flank.
Yeah, just kind of brute forcing it, saying, okay, we have Baron, we're just gonna get value out of it, whether you like it or not.
And you know what? Even if they defend the tower, Viper will just keep spamming abilities that you can get in stacks.
Yep.
267 right now. Oh, and he has 268 AD. Not in sync.
Well,
He's one more stack.
One stack away. And the poke is pretty annoying to deal with. I mean, Carry on the Nautilus, he is a support Nautilus and he's not farming, so he's not that tanky. I mean, he went Locket, doesn't have that much armor. As now Faker, he's gonna get the ult out of Delight in trade of his own, but that's about it. And still chipping away here on this siege.
Not a great trade.
Oh, the hook.
Oh, instant regret.
Yeah.
Instant regret. And you know what? He was definitely fishing for someone else right there, but caught the Alistair and threw it straight back into the ocean.
Delight is very good at standing in front of his teammates and soaking up a lot of it. Sigma, I mean, he doesn't get to play the game.
Yeah.
Esports. Oh, here we go again. He gets it again. Out to two tankier members, but he's got his whole team there, and they all just burst to smithereens. It's now HLE Esports 5v3. Maybe they can end this game. Peanut kind of being harassed here on the left side. They don't have a wave, and they have 10 seconds on the Baron buff.
Yeah, who needs mid or mid prior? They haven't even taken the tier 2, and they're just pushing down bot lane, and it's actually just working. The siege is powerful. They don't really have a response to the Smolder right now.
Zeus, he's trying to cut off the wave. Pretty desperate. Charm isn't going to land, and you know what? It's going to get HLE Esports out of the base. But now Zeus is on the run, and the TP is coming in. He's going to stop the Charm. Will Peanut, and he gets away. And Zeus just runs away after all of that.
Yeah. And HLE Esports,
oh, man.
have they overstayed?
Well, Charm is going to miss, and they get the Infernal Drake. Some low health bars, though, and Viper just flaps over the wall. We got an ult in onto Peanut. Somebody, I think, is going to have to sacrifice here, but now Mom called down, and Owner is gone, and Delight, he gets the knock up here onto Kuma, who is just gone, and now it's AD carry versus no AD carry. Immediate cleanse comes in from Viper as he wants to burn some health bars. Oh boy, does he. Zeus is going to get away. And at the end of the day, it looks like maybe Faker and Carrier also go down, but they're going to spend a lot of time chasing.
The hardest thing about playing Smolder is resisting the urge to flash Q when someone's slow. But Viper not going to waste his flash in this situation. but definitely just showing the advantage that Life has right now. Delight is still alive.
Oh, the flash. Just not to get knocked up and secure the kill. Not sure about that one. Not sure about that one, Faker.
Faker was hoarding all of the cinders. He has been having a great one so far.
It's working.
He keeps it up. Yeah, maybe that's the secret. Have you got any eye drops?
I do, actually.
Oh, man.
If you want some during the cast. They're just going to try to burst down the dragon, the Baron, rather. And it might work out. I mean, it's not that fast, though. And now, just setting up for this one. Carry on the outside again. He's not that tanky. He's just going to burn the smithereens again. And now Vipery's got an arm guard. Dodges all the damage. Zeus desperately wants to take out this little baby dragon. Meanwhile, Guma's going 1v3. He's going to be taken out. And Life Esports, they have a TP into the base. As Zeka will try to end it. And they will try to stop these two's backs.
Yes,
I think it'll work.
There's his TP as well, so you can just TP back now.
Oh, but
Faker.
he can't go to the Nexus turret.
Good luck, Faker.
Faker's dead, and now we got a second TP, and this one is
over.
Jace will put an end to this one, and Life Esports with the big win over G1 tonight. A 2-1 victory in a close series, and it keeps them in contention for that playoff round 2 seed.
Keeps the opportunity, obviously, having that in